Hello, sweet friends. It's Tracy. I am back sharing another country summer bee wreath with you today. Just sharing some things that I love here on my channel or on my page. I am Tracy. I love to share crafty ideas with a bit of rustic country charm. I would love it if you're on YouTube, if you would subscribe to my channel. If you're on Facebook, please follow. I'm also on Telegram as well as Instagram so we can connect. All right, guys, I am using my favorite base mesh method, and I have a specific video that I shared step by step of how I make my bases for my wreaths. I kind of follow the same method, same pattern, same recipe, and so this is just a quick overview right here, but I will link in the description box below to the specific video. This is just a quick rundown briefly of what I do. I like to use the 21-inch mesh as well as some 10-inch mesh, so I'll show you exactly which ones I used here in this video. Okay, this 21-inch mesh is has some black running through it, and that came from Craft Outlet. The other two 10-inch mesh that I'm using is these two right here. Both of these came from Hobby Lobby, and so I have 18 ties in this mesh, in this wreath, and so I'm just, I cut these at 12 inches, and then I put them in every other one so that I would have the fullness of this. This is my base like this. Once I get all of my mesh on, and then I'm going to put on my ribbon. Okay, these are the ribbons I'm using. The honeybee and the black and white stripe came from Craft Outlet. The yellow check, I'm not quite sure. I had that in my stash. I'm not quite sure where I got that one from. And then the other like black ticking came from Hobby Lobby. Okay, I cut these at 13 inches, and then I just dovetailed the ends of those, and kind of showing you that here. Because I make so many wreaths, I have found little shortcuts that kind of help me in my wreath making, and I do sell my wreaths locally for local pickup at a local business in my hometown for now. I know I do get sweet messages and comments to say people would like to purchase my items, and I greatly appreciate that. Maybe one day, if it's in God's plan for my life, I will either open an Etsy shop or have availability for some of my products or some of my things. Okay, so to help myself, what I do is I just group these up and kind of fold them and have them ready so that when I want to put them into my wreath, then I can just put them together and have them where I can just grab a set. My favorite combo is 2.5 inch along with a 1.5 inch ribbon, and I just do it in coordinating colors, and then I do it in a kind of like a tic-tac-toe pattern. I know that just kind of sounds funny when I say that, but that's what I do. I go up one, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And so when I do this wreath base, I have 12 ties, and then in the pipe cleaners, and then in the holes, that's where I'm going to put another set of ribbon. Now these two ribbons right here, the bumblebee or honeybee came from Craft Outlet. The burlap with the check came from Hobby Lobby. I cut those also at 13 inches. I'm using my Perfect Tails board. I have a sweet person that I found those from Burlap Boutique. They just kind of help with us who use a lot of ribbons. You can wrap it around the board, and you can cut them off in the length that you need, and it just really kind of helps save time. Anyway, so I'm just showing you here what I do with that. Just kind of put those together, and then I have 6 of those duos here, and then I'll put those in the 6 pipe cleaners that were kind of like in between the other sets of ribbon. Bee wreaths and raffia go together, right? Yes, they do. I love to add raffia to my country style wreaths, and I just make a bow with the raffia. I make a 4-loop bow, 4 loops on each side, and just tie that, into the pipe cleaner, and then I'll cut off any excess, and I'm putting those in 6 of the pipe cleaners that have the bee with the buffalo check burlap. And so that way it just gives a hint of raffia, and it's not like completely covered with the raffia, but I think it really adds a very nice touch. All right, so next I'm going to show you how I made the sign. One of my favorite things to do right now is to make my signs, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, guys, I am using one of these blanks from Hobby Lobby, and they're in the unfinished wood section. They're the Woodpile brand, and so I want to give it a ragged edge, so I'm just taking my scissors and I'm just kind of notching it out a bit, so it kind of gives it I'm not quite sure what the name of that is. It's kind of like, you see on the wanted posters kind of thing, the sides. Anyway, so I'm just taking my scissors and I'm just kind of notching it, just giving it, just going in and giving it like a little notch, and it cuts pretty easy because it's soft wood. I love to do signs with the crackling technique, and I use the Folk Art Crackle Medium. I think I got this one from Hobby Lobby, but for the base of it, I'm using white because that is what I want to show the cracks through. So I paint my little sign white, then I'm going to put a very thick coat of Crackle Medium. Now, I'm saying a very thick coat because I really am very disappointed in Crackle Medium right now, and I've already written the company to say, hey guys, did y'all change the formula? Because we don't get the cracks. I don't get the cracks the way that I used to. I have not found a Crackle Medium that cracks the way that I want it to, and I'm just extremely disappointed. Anyway, so then now what I'm doing is it's already dry, and so then I'm going over it with some black paint, because once it cracks, then I want my white cracks to show through. And so then once that dries, I'm gonna hand letter Welcome Honey, and so I'm gonna show you this right here because my painting is not perfect, and I do mess up, and that's one of the reasons why I like the crackle, because if I do mess up on my lettering, I can paint over it and then start over again. So I'm just kind of air drawing, where I want my letters to be, but yeah, once I do it, I mess up right here on my W. I make it way too big, and so I'm like, oh yeah, girl, you're gonna run out of space. Oh no, So then what I do is I just put some white paint back over it. I have to put more crackle back over it, let that dry, and then I'll paint black paint over it again. It's just, it is double the work, but it's just another way, my project is not scrapped, and you'll never know. If you would not have known, if I would not have told you that happened, you would have never known. So I'm like, okay, don't make the same mistake again, girlfriend. So I'm starting over again. I start with my W. I'm like, okay, I'm good now, because I can tell kind of when I put my first letter on there, I have to space them exactly right. And I just do this to encourage you that if you do, mess up, just paint over it. And so my M got a little wonky there, but I'll show you in a second. I just take some black paint. Once all of this dries, I'll just take some black paint, and I'll just put a little strip of black paint around that M so that it breaks it up. So it's not, the middle of that M is not touching the, first part of the M. So then now what I'm doing is just going and putting my happy dots on. I love me some happy dots. I appreciate so many sweet friends letting me know, hey girl, I like your writing. It is truly a gift from God. these gifts and talents that he has given to me, and I'm so happy that I can share it here on my channel. I have found a font that is a very close to this hand lettering. I don't do any, what I show on my channel here or on my videos is what I do. I don't have like a specific video because they don't always turn out. Anyway, the font that I found is called Gel Deco font. I will leave it linked in the description below. It is the closest font that I have found that you can download for free onto your computer, and you can print out maybe whatever letter saying you want and like maybe transfer it onto a sign or something like that. Okay, so then now once I'm just, my sign is all dry, then I'm just going around and putting some little doodles around, because that's what I like to do as well. Now to have something to put this little Welcome Honey sign on, I like to use these 10-inch circles from Hobby Lobby as well. They're the Woodpile brand. And so what I did, I've shown this in a previous video, but I just want to quickly just recap here what I do. I just paint the edges and then about a half a strip black, and then I have some scrapbook paper of whatever pattern, whatever theme I'm going with, and then I just draw Mod Podge that on, and then I doodle it up, and then whatever other little embellishments I want to put on it, then it's ready to go. It's my favorite way to make signs right now. Okay, my base is all done, and so what I'm showing you here, I picked these up from Hobby Lobby in the spring section. They were half off. I got them when they were 50% off, and I thought that they would be great to take apart and use for different signs. So I picked up a honeybee or bumblebee, whatever this one is, and a ladybug. And so it just they're all just kind of little attached just with little metal, and so they snip off very easy. So these are the little bees that I'm using for this project. I am all about dimension for my signs, and so I like to use these small Jenga blocks from the Dollar Tree. I just paint them whatever color like my sign is, and I love that I can find those large packs like that because there's quite a few in there. Anyway, so I use my E6000 glue for a permanent hole, and then I also my hot glue just to give it an instant hold, just to pop up my signs a little bit. And then I'm using this large rickrack. I think I got this from Hobby Lobby in the trim section. Yeah, I think I got this one from Hobby Lobby. And so anyway, I just cut off strips of that and just hot glue secure it on my sign like this. And then this is looking really cute. So then next I'm going to show, I took my ultra fine Sharpie marker and just gave the little wings of the bee just a little bit more extra, little, a little something something, because that's what I like to do. And just the black just looks really cute. I wish I would have moved that bee. I already had it glued down, and I wasn't going to take it apart. I wish I would have moved it over just a little bit more, but anyway, it's really okay. All right, and so then now this is how I attach my signs. I use these 25 millimeter cable ties. I will have a link for those in the description as well, because I just they just made my life a little bit easier because I can attach my signs to my wreaths. Anyway, so I'm just showing you here what the wreath looked like before I attached the sign. And so then here it is, all complete. And I just love the way that it turned out. It just speaks to my heart. I made a bow for the top. I guess I didn't film that. I apologize. I just layered on some ribbons and, just some little trims, some little pom-pom ribbon and all that kind of thing. I just love to put all little different textures, just different patterns that kind of coordinate together, and different lengths and texture. It just really gives it all dimension, and just fun. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. I appreciate all of your comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you're on YouTube, or follow if you're on Facebook. All right, guys, we'll talk to you very soon. God bless.